Hi, this is part 2 of this series and the most important one, because we will be importing our previous keyed render and placing it in a 3D world. As you have seen, I have used this scene in my final output, but you can use any other scene. Either you can make your scene, which will bring a personal touch to your renders, or you can download it from BlenderKit's free catalog. For this tutorial, I will repeat what I did for my final output and place my keyed render in the center of this scene. A method would be to get a plane and attach our keyed render as a material manually, but that's time consuming. We will be using Blender's free add-on called Images as Planes. If you don't see this option, go to Preferences, Add-ons, search for Images as Planes and enable it. Now, let's import our keyed render. First, I will select all the renders, change the blend mode and shadow mode to hashed. Make sure the alpha output is set to straight and then press import. It seems like I made a mistake, so let's redo it properly. You can press X to delete whatever you want in Blender. We will follow the same method but with one simple change. We will start with images as planes, but this time rather than selecting all the renders, we will select the first frame. Make sure to check the settings before importing. Now, on the right side, in the Materials panel, let's set the right frame number so that it collects all the renders. As our render starts from frame 0, we will set the start frame number to 0. Any other changes to the material is completely based on how you want your render to look, so feel to experiment around. Now, let's check our scene by switching the render view and see if our plane is set correctly. We need to make sure that the plane faces the camera directly. Any deviation will make the render look flat and fake. So take your time and correct the position, rotation and scaling if your plane to fit the scene. Now that our setup is complete, let's set our render settings. We will rendering in cycles, as it gives the best results. Make sure to select GPU compute if you have a compatible one. Set the samples according to your need. Remember, more samples is equal to slow renders. Keep denoising on optics only if your GPU supports it. Now, let's choose our render format settings. I will be keeping the resolution to 1920 by 1920 as this is a square camera frame. If your composition is of different resolution, you can choose from the list above. Select where you want your render to be saved. For the file format, you can choose any format you want, but as we will be taking this to Nuke, we need a PNG sequence. Keep color to RGBA and depth to 8-bit. After the settings is complete, you can render the whole scene by clicking Render Animation here or pressing Ctrl plus F12. That's it for this tutorial. Hope you learned something useful to use in your future projects. Remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell as part 3 is coming soon. Till then, stay tuned and have a nice day.